Tonight, we bring you a true story from the front lines of the drug war and a lesson learned the hard way. If you can't do the time, don't leave the house.
They were labeling it as the biggest drug bust in Houston, and that they had gotten a kingpin.
I'm Ross, I'm 24, I'm from Houston, Texas, born and raised. H-Town, baby, that's how we do it. It was just a beautiful day outside. We were driving around in my '06 Acura TL, silver bullet model. It's at a four-way intersection, going to take a right turn, and I guess I forgot my blinker. And I see the cop hauling ass towards me. Comes up over to like the door, leaning on it, Mr. Cool Guy. While they're searching my vehicle, Nico and I were chilling in the back of the cop car. He just comes back from the car and he's got this big old sock, and he asked me what's in the sock, and I said, your guess is as good as mine. You're the police, figure it out for me. And he came in there with 2 field tests, and that's when they tested it twice. Sure enough, he came back and he was like, you're gonna be arrested for having 252 grams of methamphetamine. Then I said, bullshit.
When Nico's parents called me and said that Ross was arrested for meth, I already was thinking, it's the sock, it has to be. It's a life hack. I read about it online, about putting kitty litter in a sock and putting it in your car. It would act as a dehumidifier and a deodorizer. So he had no idea it was in there in the first place.
Does kitty litter look like meth?
Oh, I haven't seen meth since college, more than 30 years ago. From what I remember of meth, it's oily and it smells to high heaven. That makes me think that the police officer themselves, that certified narcotics officer, is a moron.
Field test kits are not reliable to confirm the presence of illegal substances, but they also can give positive reactions to common household products. Common household items like nasal spray, cleaning supplies, pain reliever, BC powder, blood pressure medicine, antidepressants, Sudafed, Benadryl, roach bait, flour, baking soda, antihistamines, and dehumidifiers.
All right, okay, great.
Aspirin, Dr. Bonner soap, pasta sauce, chocolate, sage, acne medications, tortilla dough, cheese, deodorant, Krispy Kreme donut glaze, billiard chalk, odor oil, breath mint, soy milk, anything with sugar, loose leaf tea, and even just exposing the bag to air.
Drug field test kits are used essentially universally, and they're widely accepted in courtrooms. In 3 years, my unit identified over 100 cases where individuals had pled guilty to drug possession and were innocent. And that's just in Harris County alone.
My name is Barry Demings, and I was wrongly convicted of drug possession. I was driving in Northwest Houston to pick up a coworker. I had Explorer. I had my turn signal on, and before I could get in the left lane, I was surrounded by police cars. The next thing I know, they're searching my vehicle, and I had a gun magazine in the back, and somebody hollered gun.
Wait, like a magazine that holds bullets?
Right, it was just no, it was a magazine that you read. Guns and Ammo magazine. And I was thrown to the ground, handcuffed. They had their knee on my neck and stuff, and I was telling them, hey, I don't possess a weapon. All of a sudden, this guy came up and say, I got something. A minute amount in the corner of a baggie is what he showed me. They tested it and they said it came back cocaine.
If you're at a traffic stop and an officer is scraping crumbs off of a floorboard, there's no telling what could also be present. But things work out differently based on kind of your lot in life.
My mugshot was pretty cool. It was just a quick little smirk. Mugshot of the year. What else can you say?
Whenever you hear that your son is in jail, is that you've got to call a lawyer. Luckily, one of my oldest friends is one of Houston's best defense attorneys, George Rule.
I'm a little less stuffy than a lot of lawyers. I'm a little more relaxed than a lot of lawyers.
It was only cat litter, literally.
George was so cool, probably like the coolest lawyer on the block.
George introduced me to friends of his who run a bail bonds company.
Howdy!
They got it down to 4,000, which was pretty sweet.
Then the case was dismissed with the use of a more definitive test.
I got a court-appointed lawyer because I didn't have the money to pay him. I tried to explain what happened, but I wasn't given a chance, The prosecutor wanted 20 years or more. The judge told me, if y'all want to play with me, When you get out of jail, they have flying cars.
They may consider a plea bargain offer to get out of jail faster than waiting for the real drug test to come back.
I took the lesser of the two evils to have to say, I did it, and you didn't do it. It was just a nightmare, to be honest with you. You know, I'm sitting here now thinking about it. When I got out, I found out that they were gonna have an auction that Wednesday, and they auctioned my vehicle off.
When I came out, I was kind of going my way, got my car back. I got to go home and get some Whataburger or something. I was so hungry.
Because of my drug conviction, I couldn't receive public assistance. I couldn't get food stamps.
So in Barry's case, almost a year after he was released from prison, the lab report came back, and it was negative. But it took another 5 years before Barry was exonerated.
It's not that I'm unlucky. This is a part of a black man's life.
I am lucky in this situation. I mean, like, other people in there have been there for months and they couldn't afford to get out. Their bond is too high. It's become like an epidemic. It's bullshit.
Jeff Sessions and the administration dismantled the National Forensic Science Commission, the very commission that would address issues like the ones we've been talking about today. Today, most cities in America still accept plea bargains on cases where a real lab result hasn't come back yet.
Well, my pops and I, we want to eventually take this kitty litter sock and we want to mass produce it to something that can help everyone out with their foggy windshields. I don't want to make lemonade out of lemons. I want to make filet mignon out of lemons. So watch out for Fog Dog. Oh wait, I can't say Fog Dog, it's taken. Watch out for the Fog Dog. Coming to a store near you. Don't smoke the Fog Dog.
We'll be right back.